I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad,
yeah.
Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up. I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. Lonely now, I'll give up everything.
The venom in my brain, running letter from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always asking for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many ones that are so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started to outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
I'll give up everything, daunting if I can see my dream. Cause I'll do anything. Want a reality.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode. My name is TradeFly, bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis you can actually use. Man, what a day. We had a huge move for Bitcoin this morning, but we have hit an all-important level that I have been patiently waiting for. And yes, I did jump into a trade. We are currently in a short. We're in a short. What? We have all this bullish, this momentum. It moved, and I'm sitting here taking a short. Yeah, we are getting up to a key level of, we'll say, resistance, right? There was the trend that we've been following. We got to the top of that, and there's a few other things that we're going to look at when we get to the chart. So I'll explain that more, how I got in the short. But as you guys can see, good news. We are monetized again. Thank you, Alexandria G, for the donation. That is so appreciated. You didn't have to do that. You already do enough. You already do enough in the community. Thank you so much. It is truly appreciated. Let's go ahead and get some shout outs here. I seen Rashad in the chat. What up to you, bro? How are you? I hope all is well with you. We got my man Vince Zappato. What up, dude? He said my teacher's favorite teacher, Bits of Wealth. You know what, I'll tell you what, Bits of Wealth, if you guys don't know who he is or haven't seen him or crossed paths with him, really good. We have a lot of similarities in our TA in terms of looking for liquidity and kind of being a lot of the basis of how it is driving our trade execution. I think he just hit on a long, so he caught the long up, and now I'm trying to jump on the short here. So, you know, there's obviously going to be some differences, but at the same time, like I said, we just align a lot. It's very easy to talk to him, and I find myself shaking my head up and down a lot when he's given his TA. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. So check him out. He is pretty heavy on X. He's in a lot of spaces on X. So yeah, all love there. We got Deborah in the chat. What up to you? Good to see you. Hope all is well with you. Who else we got? We got M43B4. He said subs. What up to you, bro? Thank you for being in the chat. All love, man. We got Jesse Gook. What up, dude? How are you? Hope all is well with you, man. Scrolling it down. We got Wix Wife. I missed the fine 89, but that's all right. It's all right. What up to you? She's another one of our mods, and so is Jesse. So treat them right. We got last one standing on crypto. What up, dude? Stocks are soaring. Crypto is running, and the family is together. You know it, dude. You know it. Hey, let's celebrate the win, right? Everybody's probably in some nice little profits right here. He said, new short content. Uh-oh, my man. That's right. We have been putting out some shorts. Hey, shout out to FJ, dude. Much love to you, man. So if you guys haven't seen, I have been putting out some shorts here. I've put out a few of them. They've been doing pretty well. I think a couple of them got over 1,000 views. I think one is pushing maybe a little bit closer to 2,000, which is good for me, all right? Good for me. But FJ is the man behind it, all right? He's the one that's been hooking it up. He's been sending me the shorts, and I've been posting them. So much love. Thank you. Very, very appreciated, FJ. Let's go. And FJ's in the he's in the Discord too, and he has his own channel. You know what? Here we go, FJ. Here we go. Let's get over the screen. You will see I am monitoring a trade right now. But let's go over to the YouTube. Let's show my man FJ some love, man. He's been hooking me up. FJ. What's Tim doing? Why is he live right now? You trying to step on me, dog? It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I'm gonna start taking your people, bro. Let's see. FJ Trading. There you go. There it is. FJ Trading. There it is. All right, check it out. You can see I'm subbed, but he's got his own channel, so go check him out, man. He definitely has some fire signals that he puts out there. No doubt about it. Let's see if Bits is on here too. I know he's in this. I think he's on YouTube. I always see him on X though. I'll have to get his actual name on here. I always catch him on X, and he responds to people on X. There it is. There he is. And I am subbed. So yeah, check out Bits of Wealth as well. It doesn't. He goes live. There you go. He does a lot more lives, but man, he's pretty good. Like I said, he's kind of like my TA twin. Go check those guys out. Sub, give them some love. Much appreciated. Let's go over to the bubbles. The bubbles are green AF. We got to see a green out there. Night not looking so good. Night for night, down 55.2%. You can't see it. It's behind me right now. Pingo is up there. Pingu 12.1%. Let's see. Render's up 7.2. World. What's it? Is it World Coin? There you go. That's up 9.6. Links up 6.3. I mean, a lot of good movers. ADA's up almost 10%. So it's looking good. It's looking good. I mean, we're talking about, 7, 8, 9% for a lot of tokens. That's good in the top 100. So it's a good day. It is a good day out there. I hope everyone is feeling good and feeling green. All right, let's go over to the total market cap. That is currently sitting at 3.19 trillion, up 3.3% over 24 hours. We got the Fear and Greed Index at 25. We are in fear. Altcoin season, not today. Let's go to the dominance. That's at 58.6%. So even Steven, it's almost dead even from the last time we looked at that on the show. What I said is going horizontal. That's a good thing for altcoins, right? That means they'll move in parallel, vice that big dispersion. All right, so Bitcoin's up 3.62%. Ethereum's up 7.14%. So there you go. It's actually moving a little bit more bullish. Ever since that 28 to 29,000, man, we've been talking. We got months. I was like, it's a key level. It's a key level. Hope you were listening. All right, here we go. Let's get over to the Kabisi letter. And that usually means FUD. I am struggling to remember what I had on here. All right, I did not sound the siren. No Elmer FUD today. No Elmer FUD today. Bitcoin officially turns positive on the year, now up 1.2%. Look at you, D-Gens. Up 1.2%. God, that's a return over a 1 year period. Let me tell you. I'm kidding. It ain't great. It's not great. You're pretty much back where you started. All good. Bitcoin short squeeze accelerates with price surging above. Yeah, a lot of liquidations happen. So understand me, right? Like I tell you guys, and I've talked to you about it before. Your stop loss is typically the entry I'll be looking for. Okay, so, and I don't mean you like per se, but like if we're looking at an area that has a lot of liquidity in terms of like stop losses, leverage positions that are going to get liquidated, and there's some limit orders on the order books, right? That's something we want to pay attention to, right? Because it's basically you have confluence of saying, okay, there's going to be people that are getting liquidated, right? So they'll be pushed out of the market, and then there's sell side pressure coming in saying, hey, we got limit orders on the books to essentially sell, all right, which will drive the price down. All right, so let's go over the economic calendar. Reason, I think, for a little bit of a bump today. There's two things I'm thinking about here. One, Jolt's job openings, got it. Those were good, bullish numbers. But tomorrow, federal interest rate decision. It seems like there might be, some people may be privy, we'll say privy, to what's going down for tomorrow. Because like I've seen some guys that are in the know that are like, hey, I told you so. They're gonna cut, and it looks like it might even be more than 0.25%. So that will be very interesting to see that. Let's see what we got going for the current trade right now. Let's let that update. Okay, there it is. $575 in the positive right now on the short, but it is working its way down. It is working its way down. Man, I was like $34 from my stop loss getting hit. So stop loss to entry already. So we are good. We're playing on house money right now. We just got to make a decision on whether we're going to keep this thing or not. So that's pretty much where we're at with that. So let's go. What do we got? The heat map. I do want to show you the heat map. Well, all right, so when I was talking about, hey, there's confluence between, we have a lot of liquidity sitting there in terms of like what would get liquidated. It's pushed through most of it. Okay, so you can see when it got up here and it actually hit the point at where it got rejected at about 94,600. Remember, I said about 94.5 is where I was looking at taking a short. 94.5 is, I mean, look at that. This liquidity right here, look, it's dark here, light here. So what does that mean? It's coming in after the rejection. So after we've gotten rejected, this liquidity is now coming in as we've gotten that pushback. So, you know, just understand what you're looking at when you're looking at this. Okay, so there's not a lot more incentive to chase right now, but as they pile in, you're giving them an incentive. Okay, like I'm giving them an incentive right now by being in a short position and putting my stop loss so close to entry. I am giving them a little incentive to drive that thing back up and take that puppy off the market. All right, so one of the things I put on here, and I was like, hey, is this bullish or bearish? I put this on my X. Why did I do that? Because a lot of people look at this and they're like, hey, that's a bull flag, right? And they just want to just naturally assume that it's instantly bullish. Not all the time, folks, not all the time. One of the things that you want to do is you want to start cross-referencing some other indications, right? You got your CVD actually flattened out and starting to kind of work its way down a little bit, which is telling you that there's actually a little bit of pressure to the downside. If you're looking at the delta volume, same thing. It pretty much just went, you know, almost flat. Coming over to the dom here, you do got a big ask on the book at about 94.3. All right, so understand that 94.3 is the price, and you got a pretty big ask there, which is adding a little bit of sell side pressure. Coming over to the bids, nothing too crazy. I mean, there's some consistency, you know, in terms of being up over 100, pretty much all the way down. So there's, you know, I'd say a little argument for both sides on the house there, but here nor there. You know, this is, I want to take this away that don't always naturally assume that if you see what looks like a bull flag, that it's automatically bullish. Okay, there's definitely other factors in the market that would say otherwise. Now, one of the things that is kind of interesting to see is they keep throwing these orders on and off the books, right? Like, and I was in a space earlier, so shout out to Ava. She was talking about, hey, they spoof some of these limit orders. They'll take them off the market as it pushes back up. And that could be the case, but interesting enough, like they kept them on, then they took them off, and now they're putting them back on again. So when they took them off, actually, you would be like, oh, well, if that sell side pressure is not there anymore, then you would, again, probably think that it might be bullish, but actually not. What happens is the market maker takes it off, right? And it's basically, you've already gotten the trap longs in there, and then they're ready to make that next leg down. Interesting enough, it's not bullish, you know, to see that maintain past when you went up the, when you came up here and you hit that area of resistance. So this right here, yes. All right. Like there was no spoofing this. Like it was line after line after line. Like that was likely to stay on. You had about 2,000 at one point between the two of them. So there was a lot of sell side pressure there. So when it came up, that's when I jumped, right? You got that rejection and I was like, okay, next candle, boom, I'm in. All right. So I'm in, I'm currently in again. We can go back. Here we go on 2-bit. You guys know the jam there. That is our new homies for the channel. All right, so that's who we're going to be using here in the near term. And again, up $566. Not looking too bad right now. Not looking too bad. I do like to see this. All right, we're starting to see a little bit of that pressure. All right, a little bit of that pressure starting to work its way down. Structure's kind of leaning towards the downside here. That keeps us in the game. Keeps us in the game, no doubt about it. Let's go over to the charts after I switch back to the chat. See what you guys got going on here. All right, last one standing. Stoplight. We don't know what's going on here. I got to catch up. Whew. I got to catch up here. Who we got? Castile 777. What up to you, bro? Good to see you in the chat. My biggest bets have started running. My man. Well, I hope you're green, bro. I hope you're green. What I'm looking at right now, just so you guys know, like, this is not a long-term play for me, okay? So this short, I'm just looking to go down to 93.2. That's only about $400 and some away. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. I'm out. Hopefully today, TradeFly walks away with 1G in the pocket. We shall see. We shall see. We're hoping for the best. Let's hope for that. All right, because it could bounce right off 93.2. All right, scrolling down a little bit more. Let's go. We got my man Harp in here. What up, dude? Good to see you in the chat. We got Crypto Squid, of course. Go check him out. He's got a YouTube channel, and he's in the Discord, dropping some setups as well, man. He's the Bollinger Band Theory. Man, he's good at that. Not me, man. I can't figure that out. I even tried to trade with him. I was like, I can't do it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got my man Al Jr. in the house. All right, we know we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful here, man, because he's crazy. All right. Cartoon Network had Johnny Quest. Nickelodeon has Slime. I have these three. Yep, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube. Ready, because it's mother effing TradeFly time. Let's go. Dump it. My man, dude. He's always coming in with the dump it. I love it. All right, we got Teddy Alexander. He said, what up, man? Or he said, yo, what up? How you doing, man? I said, what up? My bad, dude. What up to you, bro? Good to see you in the chat, man. Thank you for being here. All right. So that is that. We are on the total market cap right now, so we'll take a quick glance at that. So this is kind of what we've been looking at, right? The structure right now, very similar to Bitcoin. You know, potentially ABC correction. You know, I'm not an Elliott wave guy, but I try my best. But you can see the structure, right? Lower highs, lower lows, right? That is clear. The structure is clear. There's no doubt about it. And you did get an SFP right there at about 3.18 trillion. All right. And that aligns. I mean, it's never going to be, I'm not going to say never, but it's not always going to be perfect. But you do have this descending level of resistance here, acting as resistance in the near term. So that would be okay. I'm not as confident about USDT, right? Like, this one's a little bit more scary because, you know, when I say, like, I want to see the confluence between the charts, I mean, you got an SFP. That's good news. But, like, what are we hanging our hat on? Like, we didn't really come down to the 618. We didn't really bounce off of the 200. So, like, I guess the one thing, depending on how you move, you can cherry pick this, right? You are getting close to a high volume node, just depending on how you cherry pick it in terms of the price action. But, like, there's not a lot for me to hang my hat on. So again, this is why I'm looking at this as like, hey, I'm getting in, I'm getting out. I don't have all the confluence between the three charts right now, but I did have the setup I was looking for just with the charts straight up. Okay, BTC at 93.44. Let's go back real quick. Okay, $850 looking good right now. Sorry, I may not be able to jump into the daily degen because we're going to have to monitor this one. We have the limit order set, but man. Here we go. The push is on. The push is on. Guys, I think honestly, it's probably the right move to just go ahead and take it. We're getting down to the lower right here. We'll see if it goes. It's pulling down. Oh my gosh. That is not what I wanted to happen. I just lost my... There it is. There it is. She's back. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take it. It's close enough for government work. We just broke a G. Let's go ahead and close this one out. We'll mark it out. Bada bing! You heard the cha-ching. Let's go. All right, we'll go to the order history here. There it is. A cool 1G for the day. That is certified, realized P&L. Let's go. Let's go. All right. It may continue to work down. It could. I don't care. Okay? I take my base hits. I'm happy with that. Let's live to fight another day, folks. We'll look for the next setup. Let's see. Do I have a all right. How do you do the P&L? I don't even know how to do the... I'm so new to 2-bit. Like, I don't even know how to do the P&L cards here. That's hilarious. Trade history? Maybe? What? It closed... Jesus. It closed in like 5 different... Yeah. Okay. Whatever. You can see it all adds up, but that's not going to look good for the P&L card. That looks stupid. whatever. I like this one better. There you go. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. All right, let's get back to the charts. And here we are. Let's go to Bitcoin. Currently at 93,389. So here we go. So I was looking for a potential pushback all the way as low as the POC, but I'm out of it. So let's go ahead and get this done, skis. We just took it at the 200. I went high capital on this one. So yeah, I'm taking my dub. More like a scalp, even though it's kind of extended out almost intraday. But anyways, what we're looking at right here, very similar to the total market cap. All right, very similar to total market cap. Structure is showing you a very similar setup. You got a series of lower highs, lower lows. All right, now why did I have some conviction behind this play? Well, all right, you got your monthly pivot, trend line, 200. Now the 200 actually was a little bit lower. I understand that, but here nor there, it doesn't have to always be perfect. And you had liquidity that we had marked on the chart already. I think we marked that, it may have been last week. But anyways, I know I've had it on the chart for a couple days. All right, about 94,460. Okay, so we had some liquidity sitting in that area. We grabbed the liquidity. You got that selling pressure, and then you go to what I like to do. All right, once, see, this is like my starting point, so you guys can understand kind of the thought process. I'll use TradingView. I get my starting point. I'm identifying my key levels. And then when we start looking at execution, then we're going to go to something like Market Monkey Terminal. All right, so Market Monkey Terminal. If you are listening, you should reach out, homies, because you get a lot of love from me. And I'm using you, but there's other people out there, and I could use them if I want it. So hopefully you're listening. Hopefully you're listening. All right. Look at it pulling back. So we actually would have hit our target, but that's all right. We did the conservative thing. We were down there. We took it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So what are we looking at here? Let's go back to part of the entry just so you guys understand that. You're on the 15-minute right now. Cool. So I was looking at this area right here. And this is what I was talking about when I was like, hey, there's a lot of orders on the order book. That was this right here. So you can see like when it's pink right there, 1.2. 6.81. So you're talking about more than 2,000, all right? 2,000 Bitcoin, and this is on Binance specifically, but 2,000 Bitcoin sitting on the books right there, adding to sell side pressure, okay? Now, if you go to the lower time frames on your CBD, you could see that it would have started trending down. You got that nice wick right there, and then it was starting to work its way down. It was enough for me. It was enough for me. And I was looking at the order book imbalance. The order book imbalance was actually showing me a negative delta as well. And then coming over to the DOM, I was looking at that. And the DOM was actually showing me bearish sentiment. All right, so like everything was lining up. This right here, when you're looking at the book itself, it was like blue AF. Like it was, the thing was just like filled up. And like the buys were like just sunken down here. So I was like, okay, cool. Good enough. So, you know, the setup, TradingView, and then when you get down to the nitty gritty, the trade execution, you know, I would recommend coming over to something like this, Market Monkey Terminal. What I'm using, what you see right now, completely free. Completely free. And I think it's very, very useful data. You can look at open interest as well. There's all kinds of useful tools there on Market Monkey Terminal. So look at here, man. It is, I mean, starting to pull back, no doubt about it. So here we go. All right, let's go to the 5-minute. Yeah, let's go to the 5-minute. So this is the thing. I was like, is this bullish or bearish? You know, and I bet most people, especially if you watch some of these other content creators that like to draw patterns on the chart and say that's how they trade, when you come down here and look at the real data, you realize there ain't no strength behind it. Like there's nothing telling you right here that we should be moving to the upside. A matter of fact, what it's telling you is that we've lost steam and it's looking a little weak. So your probability for this would actually be for it to break to the downside. And then you come over here, you start looking at some of these deltas. Look at this, man. Look at how crazy some of the deltas are right now, right? That's what that's what it was looking like here when I was getting in. So just so you guys can see that, you're like, okay, cool. Like that's just a little bit of confirmation. I mean, it looks poo-poo. All right, so there you go. something for you guys to take into consideration, keep in your pocket there in terms of something you can utilize. All right, back to the charts, over to the chat. Let's see what we got. Rashad getting out of here? All right, brother. My man, Al Jr. taking a short. Love it. Let's see. You think this thing will ride up tomorrow before a dump? I don't know. Honestly, like, I could not long it here. And the reason I can is just because, like, there's too much confluence in terms of resistance. Like, this is a great move, but you've seen it here before. You've seen it here before. You've seen it here before, right? Like, so, well, maybe not there. That's a dump. But definitely pushes through that zone. But look at this. I mean, you get these large candles. Large candle, cool, chilling, dump. Large candle, chilling, pullback. You know, I mean, it was not crazy, but it did pretty close to filling the gap, right? There's a penchant to fill these gaps, that's for sure. When you get these big pushes up, come back down, fill the gap, and then look for another leg up, another push up. I mean, the structure on, you know, we'll say the 4-hour time frame right now, it doesn't look bad, right? Higher highs, higher lows, looking pretty good. Problem is, you're running into the overall structure, right? And the overall structure right now is still this, where you're looking at it and you're like, hey, all right, cool. There from the high, there from the low, got it, boom. So we're kind of like, it's really a decision point, in all honesty. It's definitely a decision point. And the reason is like, hey, we're getting to that point where, like, if we get a breakout, we could get a nice little breakout retest. Now, what I would be looking for at this point, let's get rid of all these. What I would be looking for at this point is it's kind of if then, right? If we break out, I think a very logical move, if we were to break out with any kind of authority, would be to go up to this horizontal level here at about 98 to about 100. Right, psychological area. You got this long-standing trend that goes back to 2021. You got a beautiful horizontal level. Then you have this trend that goes back a few months. So you have a lot of resistance up here. And so to see a nice impulse move through, right, get a breakout, and then come back down and retest this level, and then look for that move back to the upside to retest the high here. Like, check it out, right? Like, you got the highs of the range right at the monthly pivot. I mean, right at the monthly pivot. So come back down to retest that level, flip resistance into support. That would make the most sense in my mind in terms of, like, projecting which direction, like, or getting ahead of the price action, right? That's kind of the biggest thing there. And that would be probably where I'd be interested in looking at a quick long, again, intraday. All right. Now, if I'm getting interested in taking a true long position, we got to break 100K. Because if you break 100K, you're now changing the trend. All right, you're getting a change of character. Like, things are starting to align that will then show you that, you know, that continuation to the upside is more probable. And right now we haven't hit all the wickets in my mind. We've had a nice move up, right? This has been one of the better moves we've had to the upside so far, but there's just like a couple little things that need to happen for me to be a lot more confident and seeing a continuation in upwards momentum. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. I think 98 to about 100K is going to be a real test in an area where, you know, we figure a lot out in terms of formulating our bias and which way this is really going to go. As of right now, structure would say, hey, the trend, unfortunately, the trend current time would still actually be to the downside, which kind of gave me, you know, a little bit more confidence in getting in a short today, which, you know, was a little bit counterintuitive with as much as we pushed up. So if we were to push back down, obviously some key levels to keep your eye on down here are going to be the median of the channel, nice little support level. You got the yearly pivot at about 80K. All around here is, I think, is going to be a really nice spot to see some price action. You understand that there will be some liquidity down here, so you know the deal, right? You'll probably see a nice little wick down, take what liquidity is left, and then if it pushes back up into this range above the yearly pivot and above this this channel here, or the median of the channel, then, you know, I think it's likely to maybe consolidate in this area for a bit. So, you know, that's the way I see it. I'm very patient. Like, I've been waiting for this for God knows how long to come up here. And we got that nice move up, and, you know, things just aligned for me in terms of knowing there was liquidity there. Now liquidity is all the way down here. Let's go to, you know what we'll do? Let's go to the heat map. And we'll take a look at that. I'm going to go on the monthly. Oh, gosh. There's just not, this is when it gets weird for me, when you're looking at the liquidation heat map, there's not like a lot of liquidity to really chase. So on the 3 month, it's way up at about 116. Let's go to the 6 month. Man, a lot of liquidity has been moved out of the market. Let me open that up for you guys so you can see it. There's just not a lot of liquidity. I mean, look at this. Like, you know, we talked about this area here for obvious reasons. But we got, you know, it took that liquidity off the table. And on the smaller time frames, there's liquidity to chase. But what that's going to do is, if your liquidity resides in mostly smaller time frames, based on these larger time frames, it's a lot harder to take swing trades. You're actually going to look at some volatility in the market, because now they're just kind of chasing this lower time frame liquidity. There's not big money sitting on the books, right? So something to take into consideration, that there could be some volatility here. But I mean, this is our first real signs of saying, hey, we could be flipping the trend here a little bit, right? You start here and now it's just kind of working its way up. But like I said, if we get a push up back here where we can see like certified, this was support, like an important level of support. If we flip that, then I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I mean, we can really start talking about being bullish again. I mean, overall, like, if you really zoom out, the overall trend is still bullish. I mean, in my mind, let me put that back up, because I know that I got myself on the side here. If you're zooming out, zooming way out, we haven't even broken the median of the channel. So, like, I mean, up and right? No real arguments here. Up and right. So until we start dumping below that, we get under 80K. It gets a little weird. But we've been there before. Had a bounce. We got the upper level, or yeah, the resistance of the top side of the range there. Goodness gracious, words. But yeah, right now we're okay right now. When you zoom out, it's not ideal. It's not horrendous either. 30% pullback, 30% pullback. I think this one was like 35. I think. Let me measure that before I lie to you guys. Yeah, 35. So there you go. I mean, this one was 30, 31. This one was 30, 31. Nothing too crazy. The things that you don't like is I mean, there is a narrative to be like, hey, the 50 SMA, like, once they break that, like, there's been no cycle that it didn't go to do, you know, just the lower levels. Or that was like signifying the bear market. Maybe 4-year cycle, it would tell you that, yeah, you should pull back a little bit. That being said, last time we saw this on the weekly. Now, this is the Prime Oscillator Pro by ChartPrime. Shout out. All right, my homies. Last time we saw a reversal on the weekly, that was your move. Guess what, fam? Here's your first reversal that we've seen since April. Last time we saw a reversal, oh no, that's just a diamond. Little diamond. Let's see. Oh, there you go. There it is. Before that, holy moly. Bear market lows, fam. That's a hell of a move. So, there you go. Reversals on the weekly. Strong. Pretty strong indicators. Pretty strong. But, alright. So yeah, I gave you guys a couple levels to look for on Bitcoin. Let's see here, Bitcoin dominance. I just want to take a quick look at that. Huh. Kind of working. It's just riding this trend line. Well, if you're an altcoin fan, you want to see that dump through. That would be ideal for you. Bitcoin dominance kind of works its way back down to the 0.786. That's what you would like to see. Right now, it's just kind of following the trend. Kind of status quo, honestly. Nothing too crazy. So USDT dominance. I know we quickly glanced at that, but a couple things I want you to just kind of take note of. All right, take note of. So one, you got the 200. Okay, obviously that should provide a little bit of support here. But all the way back down to, I'd say about 5.2, significant horizontal that you need to take note of. That's why I have the little blue line here. You can see both support and resistance at that level. So what does that mean? I'm not going to say that like it means that this is going to come down and Bitcoin's going to go up. What it means for me is that like if I was to be in a trade or I was getting near a key level of, in this case, it would be resistance. If I was getting near a key level of resistance on Bitcoin, then you may look for exiting that trade or even opening another trade if you have confluence between the three charts, right? And same for this level here where you see the blue arrow, and that's at about 6.5 top side, and then we'll say about 5.25 bottom side. All right, so keep your eyes on this, right? It has a penchant to like reverse, right? So comes up here, gets rejected. What happens when it gets rejected? It goes down, Bitcoin price goes up. So it's definitely something to take note of when you have these key levels. And then you just go to total market cap and you're kind of doing the same thing, right? Mark out your key levels. Where do you have areas where you think you could see a rejection? Right here would make sense. And I mean, that makes sense for a lot of reasons. High volume node, 50 SMA. So there's a lot lining up right there. So, all right, let's start looking at some other stuff here. How much we got? We got about 20 minutes. Right on. Scrolling through the chat a little bit more. Crawler, what up, man? Thank you for being in the chat. Thank you. Any win whatsoever is better than your skins, man. Yeah, I know. The old Commanders, man. It's sad. It's sad. All set. What up? Good to see you in the chat. Uh-oh. Don't ban me. You acting crazy? All right. Let's look at something else here. Let's look at ETH. You guys know the deal. I ain't even want to say it no more. I'm done telling you. 28 to 2,900 was the area we were looking for. So our exit though, in terms of looking for the bounce for that, was at about 31.72. Let's go down to some lower time frames. There you go. So then what are you looking for? You want to see a breakout retest of that area at about 31.5, I guess. 31 to 32, right? Man, that was a nice impulse move to the upside. So it's driving up. Your next stop really for Ethereum is 35 to 36. All right, I did put a short out about that and why. That's a level that I think you'll see at least an initial rejection. But if you're sitting in and you're like, hey, can I get back into this, right? If you took it up from 20 to 2,900 to about 31 to 32, then you're looking at this like, hey, smart play is wait till it comes on down. You get that retest of that level, and then you're looking for that move up. I wouldn't take it from the middle of the zone, personally. If you're not in, you're not in. Obviously, you do you. Not financial advice. We'll say that. We'll get that out of the way. But for me, I'd be looking for the retest. All right, so you had a nice break of structure. So it may not even go all the way down here. It may come to about right there at about 32.44. But you'll be looking for that buying pressure coming in, nice strong wick out of that area. And then you just look for that move, the next move up. All right, next leg up, elevator up. There you go. So what they say, elevator up, escalator down? Yeah. Or is it escalator up? I don't know. Who freaking knows? That's what it is. Escalator up, elevator down. Because the thing just goes. And that's what we're trying to prevent, right? If we're getting into these trades, we don't want to round trip them. Right? So let's say, hey, yeah, we do take that escalator up. and you know, it just dumps out of that area. Like, do you want to round trip it? Like, do you want to still be sitting there holding the bag, or do you just take your profits right there and then you kind of look for something similar? If it breaks through 35 to 36, you got an opportunity to play again. And that's kind of the difference, man. I get in, I get out, I take my wins, my base hits, and I'm perfectly comfortable with that. Perfectly comfortable. So Ethereum looking pretty decent though right now. Pretty decent. Let's go to, let's look at Cardano. We've been looking at that quite a bit. So we've talked about this extensively. Man, if it just would have came down just a little bit more, just a little bit more. So I was laddering into the position on Cardano. This is where we started. This is my next area where I'm looking at laddering in. And what we'll be doing is bringing the cost basis here. But right now, Cardano looks good on the 4 hour. Let's look at it on the daily. Never even really, I mean, you got that little breakout retest right there on the daily and just shot down. So we're coming back up for a subsequent retest, but you can see if you're looking at the Oscillator Pro Plus, you do have some bullish momentum working into that, building some strength going into that test of the buy zone where we started, right? It's a nice clear horizontal. You got the 50 SMA kind of lining up. You know, for me, what I would like to see happen, right, is a nice impulsive move through, breakout retest, and then look for that continuation up to 60 cents, which will be my target from this buy zone. So understand the way that I'm playing this game. You know, again, it's about having a plan. So if we break through, we get that breakout retest, look for the continuation up, I stay in that. But if we come back down, if we reject out of the area, I may actually hedge a bet against Cardano, right? So I can play it both ways. I can make some money on the way down. Then I ladder into the position down here at about 34 to 35. And I bring that cost basis down to 42 in hopes that it comes back up to the initial. And then we just take about a 14% win right there at the initial entry. So same play, hasn't really changed. AVAX, looking at that. Same dealio, man. Coming back up to the buy zone. It actually looks a little bit stronger than Cardano was. But anyways, coming up, stay a little bit more flat, right? Cardano was pretty hard pressed to the downside. See pressure, the strength kind of building up as it's going up for this probably third retest of this area. So again, we'll be looking for that breakout retest continuation. That'll make us feel much better about being in that trade. But right now we're getting back up to where we started. And then buy zone down here as well. So same deal, same kind of plan of attack. It's in essence. So these ones are not as high capital. What I do is it's a straight ladder in. So I ladder in, I'm like, all right, here's a G, cost basis middle, comes back to initial, cash out, wait for breakout retest. If it does pop back over this zone though, then if we get an opportunity, we may actually take the entry, take it to stop loss, or correction, take the stop loss to entry, and then let this thing run back up to the value area low, the 200 SMA, which is sitting at about 21. We'll call it 21 for government work. We'll be looking for that for AVAX. So a lot of if-thens. I'm not going to say that I'm super like confident that, you know, we're going to see a big push up for AVAX. That's not my style. You know, it's like, if it does this, I'm going to do this. If it does this, I'm going to do this, right? Like, that's kind of the way I like to roll. But right now it's looking like it's going to try. So good thing for AVAX here. Let's see. He was driving. Uh-oh. Gotcha. And we don't text and drive. Jesse's all about the safety. I got it. Cracking down, man. Alex O Crypto, what up, bro? Good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Much love to you, bro. Appreciate you. Let's see. Drop some otters in the chat, man. Let's see some otters. I'm gonna drop some otters in the chat. I'm gonna get you an actual official emoji. There's the otter. Boom, 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 boom. Bro. Alex O. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. I'm gonna send Big O something. I ain't worried about you for Christmas. I'm gonna send Big O something. That's how I'm gonna roll. My little homie. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send him an Alex Ovechkin jersey. Let's go. Maybe I'll get him his first set of golf clubs. That'll be the Uncle Dan thing to do. There you go. Get him some of those Fisher Price golf clubs. Start hitting those big plastic balls at you, man. Hell yeah. Nothing like flying white balls coming at your face, dude. All right. Yep. Extreme professionalism here. Here we go. Let's go over to Soul. We haven't looked at Soul too much here recently. We got a nice bounce out of the zone for Soul. But you know what we got to do? We haven't done it in a while. We got to play our song, man. The only acceptable jersey other than the Leafs jersey. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll remember that. You said it. All right, so Soul, we had a buy zone right here. Soul's acted differently than the rest of them. Now, Soul is a weird case. It looks a little weak, right? There's no doubt about it since it was up over $200. It looks a little weak, no lies. But we had a certified buy zone that we've just talked about over and over here at about 121 to about 125. I even, Alex, we actually had a conversation about that. He took a nice trade. I think he got in at about 130. It came down. I think it hit his target level here, came back down, boom, back up. So two ways to win, man. Like, he took a nice trade on that. And then we had a nice opportunity here based on the buy zone that we pointed out right on up to that horizontal. And it actually gave you two opportunities there. Came down again, subsequent retest, and boom, back up. And here we are. We're just kind of consolidating in this area, bouncing back and forth. That's a strong wick, though. That is a very strong wick coming off that level at about 144. It's not what you really want to see on Solana if you want to see some juice on that one. But yeah, consolidation, just ping-ponging back and forth here. But it's building some strength. You are seeing a little bit of upside pressure there. You got a ascending level of support underneath. See the Prime Oscillator Pro working its way up as well. So it's building pressure as we get those subsequent retests of a horizontal. At some point, it is going to look like an ascending triangle. And if you see that, I would say that, the probability is a little bit more likely to at least break through this area. But for now, it's providing you opportunities down here at that 121 to about 126 area. That's a very, very nice level of support. But hey, that is that. I mean, let me see. Let me zoom out just a little bit. The real zone, like, is right about here. This is the one I always talk about. Is right in here. So about 126 to about 160 is, like, for a long time, that was its happy place. Yeah, try to get above. Yeah, try to get below. But really, when you took the bulk of the trading, the bulk of the volume, it stayed between about 126 to 160 until it finally had that breakout. But we just love coming back down to it. Solana's, it's weird. It's an easy read, but it's a hard read. Like, it's an easy read when it comes down to these critical areas of support, right? But you would just, I don't know, man. Like, I expected Solana to do a little bit more here. But who would have thought it'd be back down here again? I personally did not. I gotta keep it reals with you. Granted, we mark our zones and we're ready if it does. Just not the expectation once it started working its way back up to 240. When I was, looking at some of the other cryptos at that time frame, I was like, man, this thing's got some legs. But I don't do the fundamentals either. So there's that. XRP, I'm sure people are curious about that. You're hanging around that $2 mark quite a bit. Seems to have a little happy place here for XRP. That seems to be about $2 to $2.50. But this looks kind of ugly, to be honest with you. Once you lost this level of support, right, you did see that descending level of resistance coming in, right? That's what I'm talking about. If you see that inverse on Solana, where you see a ascending level of support going into a horizontal level, then you start seeing pressure to the down, to the upside for Solana. But for XRP, right, you see the inverse here, right? Broke down, lost this area of support, and then it's just kind of been kind of nasty since you lost that area of support, right? Certified breakout retest, tested that horizontal, you got the 200, adding confluence on the daily, and then now it's just been, it's just been riding this trend line. I don't even think I've looked at XRP for at least a week. So it's literally just been riding this trend line to the downside. So spot to potentially get in for XRP. I think if we lose this area coming down, I got a little buy zone here from 161 to about 170. We'll call it 172, 173. All right, now what I would say is, I don't know if I would blind limit this. You probably couldn't get away with it, to be reals, but you know, not financial advice. But understand you might have a little drawdown, and you just want to be very, very careful, because if it comes down, understand that we know there's liquidity below this wick right here, right? You know there's going to be liquidity. I do like this though, top side of this little pit stop here. Seen quite a few times where it comes back down and just retest those levels, but you do know there's liquidity, right? So you can get a nice strong wick down to this area and take what liquidity's down there and left, right? Because between there and there, it's probably not a whole lot. But whatever's left here with the stop losses and the leverage positions, you might see a strong wick out of that area, comes back, pops back into the buy zone, and that'll probably be your sign to go on XRP. But just be careful, monitor it, make sure you don't get an impulse move to the downside. That's one of the things I always say, like, oh man, you know what I got to do real quick? I'm sorry, fam. One thing I got to do is let people know I closed that trade. That's one of the things I don't like about signals, is I got to go through the Discords and let them know that I closed. So you guys are going to probably get a little sneak peek here of some behind the scenes stuff, but it is what it is. I got to update people. Damn it. Oh boy. All right. Got to let the brigade know. Closed. Let me see. Let's go back real quick. Let's see. All right, a little picture there. Oh man, that's gonna like go behind everything, of course. Making it awkward, right? Let me do that one more time. My B. All right, let's pull that up there so I can grab it. Sweet. All right, closed. Got it. Boom. Going on to Alex O's Discord. Got his fam over there too. Love it over there. If you guys don't know, man, like, Alex is actually my homie for reals. And no shame, bro. He's got one of the best Discords around. No shame about it. I'm over there as well. All right, close, and I got one more. We got InvestiShare. There we go. Pilots. Sorry, I gotta do that live. I just gotta make sure everyone knows that I closed out. All right, cool. We're back in the fight. We're back in the fight here. Let's go. So yeah, XRP might be a good spot to buy right around here. Because right now, like, I probably wouldn't take a long current spot. That'd be a tough sell for me. You got to at least break the trend line at minimum. And I don't think I really get excited about XRP until you get back over the 200 and you get all the way back up to about 275, honestly. Like right now, like, you could expect a period of consolidation as long as you break through this trend line, and then maybe kind of marry back up with the price action you see right here. You know, see that area of consolidation? See you bounce around in that area. That would make sense, but until we see it, right now the trend is your friend, and I ain't fighting the trend, my friends. All right. Let's see here. DDT, what up, man? Hope all is well, bro. All right, scrolling. What time we got? 12:54. Let's find something we haven't talked about all that much. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about, was it Zcash? Let's look at Zcash. Also kind of a hard read, but just because it had such a large move to the upside there. Look at that, man. Right down to the 0.786. Bada bing, bada boom. Bounce right off of it. But yeah, this is tough, right? When you get these huge moves to the upside. One of the things I do say a lot though is like, hey, like, you know, never be surprised if it comes back down, you know, to the golden pocket, 786, and give you another opportunity. What you don't like here, if you're looking at Zcash on the daily, you got the 50 SMA, 21 SMA converging here. 21's kind of working its way down rather quickly. You can see the trend has kind of flipped to the bearish side. If you're looking at the Oracle Pro here for ChartPrime, you can see like it trended, right? You start to see the lighter colors, kind of purplish colors, and then now it's saying bearish on the daily. And I would say be careful, right? Getting up to the 21 and the 50 SMA, retesting those as they're converging could provide a little bit of resistance there. But yeah, opportunities here. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not taking a long here. There's no doubt about that. And then you're kind of seeing a horizontal level as well that aligns, like right here. You can see, like, get that nice little bounce, right? There's a little support right here. Let's kind of make that bigger so everyone can see what we're talking about. So yeah, I'm looking at right here. And then right here. And then if you take where the 0.5 is right now, 0.5 Fibonacci, you can see, hey, bounced again and then broke down from that level. So, you know, a little confluence in this area in terms of having resistance. God, that's a horrendous circle. That's a little better. So yeah, things are kind of aligning right now in terms of having a little resistance. I would not take a long personally on Zcash right now. I would have to wait. Unfortunately. You're definitely getting your first kind of signs of life, right? But you're gonna have to break that before I get any kind of comfortable in terms of seeing that continuation to the upside. Areas I like in terms of like, hey, like if I were to buy, you know, I was talking about 89 for a while. That's pretty far-fetched at this point. I think your first big spot or big opportunity is all the way back down to the 200 and this horizontal here. You see some convergence here between the two. So about 176 to almost 191. 176 to about 191 for Zcash. Could be an opportunity here too. So that might be, I'm turning that to green right now. That's going to be scary as hell though. Let's be real about it. You get something that falls that far, when you're talking about some from the 740s all the way down to sub 200, good God. There's going to be a lot of people crying. But you know the deal. We find these levels and we just kind of hang out and wait. Let's do a fib retracement on the from like low to high. Right there. So that puts you right at the platinum pocket. So if you're looking like kind of like a more of a macro perspective. So I got a golden pocket bounce. We turn ElevenX off. So if you're looking at it from literally from low to high, you bounce right off the golden pocket. So this aligns again. I mean, it adds just a little bit of confluence there in terms of, hey, could we see a potential bounce out of that area? I think it's very probable if we were to continue working our way down. So we get more comfortable taking a long position, probably over 470. Obviously not going to do it here. And then you're looking for that continuation. And then vice versa. You know, there could be an opportunity here at where the golden pocket was again, but let's say we continue to follow the trend. Not saying this is going to happen, just saying if it does, there could be an opportunity right there. All right. Just from here to here. And the unfortunate part about the way I like to trade is you have to be very, very patient and wait for this to develop. If it develops, it may never develop. But if it does, then you're looking at about a 43% move. You'll be mad at that? Nope. Beat the S&P in one trade for the year. So, yeah, that's a couple areas for Zcash to keep an eye on. Very simple TA, nothing too crazy. We don't really start deep diving, getting into, you know, the terminal, Market Monkey terminal. I was giving him some love, DDT. I don't know if you were listening. I was giving Market Monkey terminal. I used them today when I was executing a trade. So tell him give me a look-see. But yeah, I think getting over to those guys once you're looking at executing the trade makes a lot of sense, right? Like, you start to extrapolate some of the more detailed data and really get some of the order flow and what's going on with the books and real data pulled from the exchanges. So that's very important. Let's look at Ondo real quick. All right, looks like it's starting to bottom just a little bit. We did have a nice area that I was looking at, but this right here, I mean, this looks pretty key just from a horizontal perspective. Anywhere from 55 to about 52. You're gonna want to get back over top of that and the 50. Already trying to get over the 21, but I mean, the 50 is gonna keep working its way down as it consolidates. And then you got a nice little horizontal right here between, like I said, 55 and 52. You want to get over top of that. Get over top of that, get over the 50, and then we can start talking about pushing back up for Ondo. What else do we got here? It's about 1 o'clock, so it's almost time. Almost time, but we'll do one more. Look at one more. Something I haven't looked at for a while. Let's look at Tan. I know you should probably see hardly anything on this chart because I haven't looked at it for a long time. Good gosh. Yuck. Oof. Yeah. Let's not look at Tan. Next. Sui. Okay, Sui's got more life. Kind of similar. Horizontal, right? I didn't have it drawn on we were just looking at it. It wasn't a Tan, it was gosh darn. Goodness. What was I looking at? Zcash, right? No, it's Zcash? No, it was Zcash. Ondo. It was Ondo. That's what it was. So very similar setup, right? You got that range here where there's a nice clear horizontal. You're kind of struggling with that right now. Basically, you got your high volume node right there, right? So you're pushing back up. And if you get over the 50, you get back in to the range here. That'll be a good sign for Sui, right? Could open up a nice little opportunity to take a long position on Sui, but you want to get over this resistance, and that'll make you feel a lot better about it. Right now, you're just right there on the cusp. Right there on the cusp. You didn't catch this or this. For me, you know, I'm probably staying away from it until I get over that horizontal. I mean, you got the POC of a previous range, support, resistance, 50 SMA, high volume node. I mean, there's a lot lining up right now that's more likely to be resistance. So, you know, I would get on top of that before I'd get comfy about trying to jump into something. So what does that look like? You want to get over this, come down, get that OC retest. That wasn't aggressive. That was very aggressive. Okay, you don't need to. Oh gosh, here we go again. Gosh, let's do that again. It will not go that high initially. There you go. Something like this makes a lot more sense. For Sui. Maybe even keep it, right? Leave some room there for the 200 to work its way down. Cherry pick it. There you go. So, but yeah, I think that's a lot more realistic. Again, I feel a lot more comfortable about a long position from a swing trade or an intraday perspective if you get back over about 1.91, 1.92. Makes me feel a lot more comfy. Let's see here. I was listening. MMT don't do affiliates, only discounts or seasonal. They would even give me an affiliate, and I use their ish. All right, well, maybe they'll give you a discount. Damn it. I probably missed the best one of the year. Maybe they can extend it. Maybe they'll be nice. I'm not. You almost brought something out of me. I almost said a bad word. Almost. All right, me, Damien, what up, man? Good to see you in the chat, bro. What do you got here? I was looking at 270 for Zcash for a long, but it got front run based off a VRVP data. I'll go back and look at Zcash real quick just to see what you're looking at. 270 got front run. Okay, so I see what you're talking about. Yeah, no matter how you really swing that, that's, yeah, goes up as, yeah, 270 right there at the bottom of the golden pocket. Yeah, so one of the things that like sometimes to kind of help out Damien is continue to go back left on the chart. And like, I have the benefit of hindsight. I have the benefit of looking at the chart after the fact. So don't take it the wrong way. All right. I have a lot in my favor right now with looking at this. But one of the things that like I initially see is looking at that right there, that right there, that right there. See how that all coincided with the top part of the golden pocket? And then, yes, you did have kind of like your high volume area there. No doubt about it. And I could see the reasoning for wanting to come down. But what, I'm just looking at this right now. Yeah, I mean, I would just say, hey, like there's that potential to be front run, just looking at just that one horizontal. That looks pretty clear to me. In terms of resistance, breakout, retest. We retested that level like specifically on Zcash, right? Like that level, I mean, like to a T. So I would have probably at least like drawn a line there. Cause you see how I do a lot of times. That's exactly what I'll do. I'll draw a line. I'll do a little zone. And what I'm trying to do is encompass the support and the resistance. So mine would have looked like this. Let's take this off. And that's actually exactly what I have right here. Look. So this is like case in point. You see that? This is exactly how I would have done it. So I'm encompassing the resistance and I'm encompassing the support. So that would have been my area of interest or zone that I'd be interested in if it comes back down 200 SMA, right? There's a lot of things lining up, and I would do it the same way here if that was an area you were targeting, right? Like, so I'm not saying that like I had this pre-mapped and ready to go. I'm just saying if you're looking at a level like that again, like, okay, cool. Like I see a lot of right here. It's kind of my starting point, encompasses resistance, and then support, right? So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times I've interacted with that zone, right? That's a pretty fair amount. 12 times I've interacted with that zone. Now let's extrapolate, right? So that zone would have already been marked for you if it was an area of interest for you, right? So that's all. Like, and that's very much the way that I will look at some of these, especially when we're kind of patiently waiting for it to come down to a key level. So maybe that'll help you for the next one, man. Or maybe not. You tell me to eat poo-poo and get out of here. That's also cool. I'm down with it. But I think I'm going to wrap it up with that. Hit him up in Discord. All right, I'll do that. It's okay, I got another long beside Zcash. Not really worried about it. One of my Discord members wanted to know how much lower it could go. And I had 270 in mind. Got you. Yeah, that's a fair area to look at, man. For sure. But yeah, just, trying to encompass all of those support and resistance, especially when you get that breakout retest. Remember, I always say like a breakout retest of an area that you have support and resistance on, always important to me. Always important. Now that makes me key in on it. Makes me same. That's exactly what I did right here. So cool, man. All right, homies, I'm gonna get out of here. One way, what up to you? Smashing likes, I appreciate you. We're about to bounce though, bro. Go back and check it out, or come on over to the Discord. Up to you, bro. But I'm out of here for the day. I actually gotta go study. I'm not excited about that. I gotta go study. That's terrible. But anyways, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for showing love today. Alexo, thank you so much for the donation. Alexandra G, thank you. Much appreciated, guys. thank you. I can't thank you enough. Love all of you guys. Obviously, it's fam bam up in here, but yeah, you guys have a great day. I appreciate you. I really do, genuinely. All right, take care. Much love, as always. Trade safe. Be safe. I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.